Hello, welcome back to Otter Pop Culture, and today we're going over Wonder Woman 1984. So, thanks to having HBO Max, or a friend having HBO Max, I was able to watch this movie, and I have to say, and I know that this is pretty much 3 days after it's been released, or a couple more days than that since it's been released. And so you probably already know a lot of other people have already said what they thought about it and said it was horrible. A lot of pieces were missing. A lot of things were going on that really shouldn't have been going on, and a lot of a lack of fighting and all stuff like that. And I completely agree. I think it wasn't great. It was not great at all. It was. I think there's some good parts in it, but it wasn't, the movie and all just left me just unsatisfied. I felt so upset because I was really rooting for this. I was so excited. In my head, I was like, okay, we haven't had any DC movies come out other than, I think the last one was Shazam, I think. Maybe Harley, I think maybe Birds of Prey. I think it's no. Yeah, it was Birds of Prey for sure because it came out in the summer. So yeah, and I was really excited for that. I watched it. I adored it. I know a couple people that did not like it, and it got a lot of mixed reviews. But all in all, I feel like people over time have adjusted to really liking it. And I like that one for due to the fact that there was barely any CGI inside that movie. Well, it's kind of interesting to go to this one where it's like just a lot of CGI, so much CGI, to the point where it's just like some parts of it felt kind of fake in a way. There's a lot of parts that felt fake. So, complete spoiler, if you haven't seen it, go see it. You have until January 24th, I think it said, before it goes off, and then it goes away for a couple months probably, and then comes right back. So if you missed it, you're definitely going to see it eventually if you have HBO Max. So let's get started. So pretty much, so I didn't really care for a lot of it, and I'm going to go in like pieces and orders of it, and let me back up. So I'm going to go in pieces and kind of break it down and to understand exactly what I mean about things got crazy. So, starting with some of the good. So, the opening scene and the mascara was amazing. It was really nice. I loved seeing the obstacles that was going on with Diana as a kid, and she's competing with the other Amazons who were adults, and she was killing it, and then shit gets crazy, so she cheated, and her mom was like, nope, you can't do that. That's not for you, Or I don't think it's her mom. I think it's one of the other people. But she's like, nope, you can't do that. And she pretty much like stopped her before she won the game. But the game was really cool. The whole obstacle was really cool. It was very intense. The CGI was there, but it wasn't really like. I understand that in super movies and superhero movies are going to be CGI. You have to have that. But I felt like in this one it fit in that direction. I also had my own side thing that I had an issue with was that I didn't know if that had anything to do with anything. She started explaining like, oh, you can't cheat. If you're cheating, you're not really like, what did she say? Something about like the truth. And the truth, all that matters, and you have to tell the truth, and truth. And so, in my head of that, I was like, okay, the truth seems to be the theme of this thing. Sounds up the alley of during, like, with the Trump, kind of administrations like that, with, like, lies and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that's where we're trying to lean to. And it doesn't, and adds more to it due to the fact that Max Lord, who's played by Pedro Pascal, is just pretty much blonde, and he looks almost exactly like Donald Trump back when he in the 80s. So it's very interesting to see him be that type of person. I will say Maxwell Lord was really good. I love the character. I remember the first time I've seen actually him in live action. I think it was in Supergirl, the TV show, and he did a good job kind of coming in and out and kind of like playing the villain, but not really the villain, and kind of mixing up things, and he's inventing a lot of things, stuff like that, but he wasn't really entirely bad, more kind of looking out for himself in a way, because he does help Supergirl in a good handful of times. But I felt like in this, it gave you more dimensions to him. I felt like I got so much more from him when he wants power, because he wants to be number one, and stuff like that, so it made sense. What didn't make sense was the Dreamstone, because he goes to find the Dreamstone, and when he has a Dreamstone, he like decides he wants to be the Dreamstone so that he can grant people's wishes, and he can decide who he takes the consequences that happen with it. Because apparently with the Dreamstone, if you make a wish with it, the wish comes true, but at a cost of something being taken away from you. So, for example, when Wonder Woman got it, or when Diana got it, she made a wish for Steve Trevor to come back. And so he did, but she was losing power. She started losing powers after that. And Cheetah, or Barbara Minerva, which we'll get to that in a second, she made a wish that she would be just like Diana. And so she did, with a piece of additional stuff that she definitely did not know. # Wonder Woman powers. And she's like, oh shit, I can lift things too? What? Diana can do this? This is interesting. But her humanity gets taken away, and her way of sympathizing with people and having compassion just starts fading away from her. Yeah, so it's one of those things, just like it takes away something. So he decided, if I'm it, then I don't have to, nothing's taken away from me. What's happening is that I'm granting everybody's wish, and I get to decide what I take away from them. And so what he decides to take away from them is pretty much their power. So he takes this dictator, he built him, he pretty much made him a wall with a wish, and at the same time, took his empire. He's like, I'm taking I take your oil, everything that keeps things together in your empire, I'm taking it, it's mine. But you get privacy, isn't that great? You know? So I thought that was kind of interesting, and I also felt like it kind of left everything very open. So if there was a flaw in a wish, things wouldn't, like, you can fall on just like, oh, it's powerful, so things that happen because of the stone kind of thing. It makes no sense. Anyway, so going to the next thing that I really want to talk about was the evolution of Cheetah. So Kristen Wiig did a great job. I think that her and Pedro were the highlights of this movie. I thought they did a great job. I love the evolution of Barbara turning into Cheetah. I liked seeing Cheetah as her physical thing. I just felt like I wish I could see more to see what she looked like, because the fighting scene happened in the, like, at night, pretty much, and you barely could see her, and there's like kind of a grayish tone to it, so you can barely see her in that direction. And I felt like they were scared because the CGI would be too much. But yeah, so that was that, and then she, like, I thought that was really cool. I thought she did a great job. I thought she really has great acting chops, and I cannot wait for more of her, and I'm mad that they made this whole thing where she, like, got her powers, but she got her second wish, which makes no fucking sense, by the way. How the hell did she get a second wish and everybody else only got one? But she got a second wish from Maxwell. She wanted to be the apex predator, and so she did that's when she turned into physically Cheetah. And so I feel like that worked out until she decided to take back her wish. Because the rule is that if you do not want your wish anymore, you can renounce it, and once you renounce it, everything goes back to normal. And so once Maxwell does his, he renounced a lot of wishes, so I think that counts for her. But it also made it seem like she may be renounced, or no, maybe she didn't renounce it, and she just unfortunately got part of his wish being renounced for her, so everything got taken away. So I didn't like that, because I felt like, I know for sure that Cheetah is one of the main villains, arch enemies towards Wonder Woman. So it's just like, oh, she's renounced, now we never see her again? Like, I really hope we do see her further. I want to advocate for her to be in more movies, because I feel like we didn't really do her justice for being a movie that just made no fucking sense. Like going from the fact that we got our invisible jet, but it literally was a jet that Steve was driving or was piloting, and he's like, we're gonna be seen. She's like, well, I have this thing that I can do. I haven't done this in 5,000 years, and it's a cultural thing. I just really need to concentrate. And it's just like this force field that she's forming. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Oh my god, it was so stupid. I feel like it has a lot of lazy writing to connect things, and it's just like, and the movie felt very rushed for 2 hours and 30 minutes. It was very rushed. A lot of pieces were like, okay, we're going to here now. Oh, she has to renounce her wish by giving away Steve, Trevor, and like removing herself from her so she can be from him, so she can be stronger. But it was just so easy, I don't know, like it just, and then like the crying part where she was like letting him go felt a little like didn't really feel like the acting was doing really well. It just wasn't it. And I didn't really care for the fact that she flew, but she lightly kind of flew in the first one at the very end where she jumps in the air and she's like, ooh, and it's just like, oh, okay, so she flies, right? No, she hasn't learned it yet, so she has to learn it, and she's flying, but she's not really, she's kind of trying to pick a direction of how to fly, so she's like this, then she's like this, then she's like this, then she's like that, and it was like, pick a position and stick to it, because I don't know what she's doing, why she's trying to fly like that, but then it goes from, I'm flying, so I really don't have to worry about, having to do anything, I can just go there. But she's flying very slow kind of thing, which is kind of weird, because Superman, when he flies, or when anybody flies, it's because they're trying to get places, and that's where she needed to get places to stop Maxwell, or to this dam to stop Maxwell, but she decides she's just taking her time doing it, and then she decides she needs to hurry to get there, so she starts swinging her rope onto lightning, and it looked cool on paper, it looked really cool in the trailer, but I felt like it just made no sense. Why do you need to do that if you can fly? If you can fly, why don't you just fly? You don't need to swing on things to make it, it literally felt like it was meant for us to be like, whoa! But it didn't really connect to anything. It didn't mean anything, getting really riled up, so I gotta get my notes down. What else? Steve and Diana's romance felt very forced. It felt like I don't think that no one was really looking to have that romance really bloom in front of us. I didn't think we really cared. So having him come back was kind of like, oh, okay. I was kind of cool just letting him go and have it be focused on Cheetah or Barbara and Diana's relationship and everything, and kind of see that grow. But we don't. We kind of spent a good handful of time with them. It just didn't really make any sense. It was cute. I like the idea of the 80s, he's trying to adopt to the 80s directions, but in the life, but it was cute for a second, and then it kind of faded away after a while, especially when you got it from the trailer. A couple other things is that the fight between Wonder Woman and Cheetah was pretty short. I felt like it climbed and we got it, and then we it just went away after a while, and then because we had to focus on Maxwell, but I felt like it was just what? Why didn't we should have just kept it between Barbara and Diana and had it grow to Wonder Woman and Cheetah being the final kind of thing, but and I kind of understand the Maxwell thing, but I felt like it just felt very forced. Everything felt very forced. The golden bird cage, the eagle kind of suit was a waste of time because she wore it to block from Cheetah's claws, and that was it. That's all it's made for, just to block you and to fly places. But she already can fly, so why is she? It makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense that she has a suit that can fly, but she can fly herself, but then she shows up with a suit, and then on top of that, she only has 2 times where she's wearing her she's in Wonder Woman outfit 2 times. The rest of the time she's investigating But it's just like, I'm sorry, but you're walking around in a cute-ass dress with gorgeous, long, flowing hair. People are noticing you. People do notice her. Inside the little gala that she went to do her investigation and try to find the Dreamstone or whatever, she comes in as this very flowy, very big, like, in-your-face dress, and everybody's like, ooh, oh, oh, to her and everything. She's like, no, I'm investigating. And I was like, you're doing a really shit job doing that because everybody's seeing you. So if you're gonna sneak away somewhere, they can see you. They can see you because you're fucking wearing all that you dressed up for the gods. So you're definitely gonna be seen just as much as Kristen Wiig was being seen when she walked in. So if she was doing any undercover thing, sorry, it doesn't work that way for her. But she looked flawless. Whew, she was killing it. Those heels, that look, the different hair styles that Kristen brought to to each scene. Whew, it was cute. It was everything. I was gagged. The looks were gagged. Like, I will give, the looks were everything. The looks were great. But it felt like a lot of fanfare, a lot of places of like, ooh, look at this. But it had nothing to do with the story. So I give this, I usually do this out of 5. I give this a 2 out of 5 because I don't really care for the fact that it just was all over the place. And I'm so sad that it's this way because I really, really wanted to like it. I so wanted to like it. I heard there's going to be a 3rd one coming out to complete the trilogy. So please, 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 please take notes from all these people that are saying it's not that great. And take notes of the fact that we need more of the original one. We're the first one that made so much sense. And I just really need them to do that. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Leave a comment below, tell me what you thought about it. I'm sure you have words. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button if you liked this video, and also hit the notification bell to get more of my videos. And thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around with me for this year. It's been a tough year, but I'm glad that this has been something that really helped me kind of, like, my mental health, honestly, as much as I'm all over the place with it sometimes. But I really appreciate your patience with it, and I really appreciate you watching, and I will see you all in 2021. Yay! Okay, I'll see you all later, and have a great day.